Okay, there we are. And here I am. Aha. Yeah. Yeah, I am trying a new thing which is called scheduling. Um, both YouTube and Rumble have this thing where you pre-schedule and basically it puts up a page and notifies your followers and, you know, um, shows that there's a stream coming up, and I'm gonna see if this actually gets me more viewers. It probably won't really do it. Um, Not really, but it should give a better, um, maybe a better discoverability, possibly. And what do I got here? That's okay. And what am I doing today? What I'm doing today is, let's open my notes. Actually, I should have did it recent documents, but that's okay. We'll do it in here. Um, let's see something here. Um, all right. Uh, Let me find something. What did I do this? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do. See something here. Let's see. Subtitles, full screen, settings, quality. That's all right. Uh, we'll leave it at 720. It's fine. Okay. I wonder if there is a. Okay. Oh. Oh, what am I doing here? Hold on a second. What is that? That's subtitles. That is recommended. Oh, well, too bad. No, wait a second. Picture in picture? Picture in picture. Okay. I'm gonna try something here. Put this up here. And I don't know if this will be pinged or not, but adding some visual interest because this tech stuff is kind of boring, and so I figured, okay, so if I do that, now I should be able to change the size of this. And honestly, I should be able to move it where I want, but it's going to be over the top of something, so I have to make sure that that I give it its own room or whatever. Okay, let's put this up. Let's put this up here a little bit, and I'll do that. And I'm just gonna run it, and I'm gonna see if it. What is that? Live caption. All right, so let's just run this thing, and let's see if I get pinged somewhere along the line. And it'll be okay if so happens that I get pinged here. Uh, I'm just testing it. Start replay buffer. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's jump all the way down to. Hey, at least I got all 4 or 5 here viewers here, which is cool. That is actually kind of quick, at least for part 1. Um, Now let me go and okay. So this is after I had a conversation with ChatGPT about some story stuff, basically. And this is what I came up here. Um, Barty investigates Red's disappearance and uncovers who was responsible, leading the report back to Max. Barty learns Red is missing. He begins searching for the clues in the Werewolf Village area. He finds an unmarked grave, likely a simple mound, implying someone was buried quietly. Barty discovers a torn piece of clan stash, a piece of fabric snagged on a branch, or turn off during the fight. Fragment contains a part of Kurt's clan symbol, enough to identify it. This clue reveals that Kurt was involved as the enforcer. Barty overhears or deduces a rivalry. He knows about the World of Clan. It's not World of Clan rivalry though. It's the rivalry between Red and Violet. So basically, actually here, let's make sure that is the audio. Can I mute the audio here? Wait, I actually have to go back to the deal to actually mute the audio probably. Um, yeah, let's just mute that audio and minimize this again. Okay, so anyways, welcome everybody. Here, let's put a welcome in the chat too. Welcome everyone. So now we're on 240. We're on episode 240, part 1. So yeah, 240. That's a lot of episodes streaming this thing. Oh, that was a Disney. Okay, so this was something that ChatGPT kind of confused. The rivalry is between. This isn't about the World Clan, their issues. This is about the rivalry um, between Red and Violet. Okay, so he overhears something. I think he's got to overhear something. He's got to overhear something, and I forget that. Even that's a little bit weak though, because he's supposed to be led to Fairy God College, and and needs something that kind of suggests to go over there. So suggesting that Violet is involved, um, but none of them actually know what happened to Red yet. So it's not like they know that something's going on. Maybe okay. So I just thought of something here that would happen. Oh, now we're down to 2 viewers, which is just me again. I don't know. There's probably more viewers that it's not tracking to, for that matter. But in any case, if you have to go, you have to go. It doesn't matter. It's all right. I mean, it does matter, but it's okay. Those people have lives and whatever. Um, okay, so maybe I got some initial people coming in because of the scheduling deal, and they saw I had this. Actually, let's put this in the. Let's shrink this down just a little bit, because really all I'm using it for is for a little bit of extra visual flavor. Here, I'm gonna try something to. Well, I guess I have to do it by itself though to really be able to tell if YouTube actually flags it. So we'll see here in a second, and then I'm gonna go ahead and increase the size here a little bit so that okay. So basically, yeah. So what is he over here? Actually, he overhears Kurtzman saying something about having a plan to uh to take over the village, to take over the pack, you might say. It's two clans right now, and for just because I made it up. Um, and let's see, use the clue to investigate. Use the clue to inspect Violet's involvement and goes to investigate. Yeah, I just kind of realized though, uh, um, other than John popping in, he's working, so he might have left too, for that matter. But as far as I had two people here to start with, and obviously they watched it for a second and then they left because either they don't like watching the video, the Shuffle Girl video, which is possible, I suppose, or they don't see this as anything, so they see this as boring when they pop in, which is fine. It also means that the scheduling thing actually is helping, so it'll in the future it'll help once I start um, once I start tightening everything up. So when I start working on the thumbnails, I make sure all the VODs and I make sure the actual thumbnail has um, um, making sure the thumbnail is pretty solid and is able to attract people. Then I'll probably be working on the title, how I do the titles. Um, I don't know if they'll change all that much, but they might change a little bit. I'll be doing some SEO stuff to make sure that it's detectable and all that. So I'll be actually improving that. Um, okay, so um, and for anybody that watches later or is actually watching or listening now, the shuffle dance video is really just kind of a test. I need to add some visual interest to some of the stuff, which is kind of boring and kind of not visually interesting. So I add some stuff um, to the screen. Probably in the future though, they're just going to be like loops of like little graphic loops or whatever. Or if I start doing it, it might be just like recordings of me doing like sketching and stuff. In fact, there won't even be actual sketches for the game. I'll include that in as part of the development, like when I'm actually working on stuff for the game specifically, like thumbnails or whatever. And I'll actually include that in the live stream, and I'll actually be doing that. But as far as visual interest for drawing, um, I'll probably be doing some sketching offline and recording it, and then playing it while playing it, putting it on the screen while um, while I'm working with this other stuff. But I also will have to bring up a. I'll have to come up with a library of these sketching videos though before I can actually do anything with it. Anyways, okay, so the he overhears about the rivalry between. Oh, he overhears some of Kurt's followers or Kurt's clan uh, talking about how Kurt was talking about how they're soon going to be on top. Um, I mean, maybe I have to think about that for a second. I won't necessarily use the AI for that, um, but let's see something here. Let's not do the picture in picture here. Well, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I'm just doing it as a test, and that will be that. Um, okay, so there's got to be a couple of pieces of information here. I think one is the rivalry between Red and Violet. It's got to be mentioned somehow, and then also the fact that Kurt was supposedly planning something big. Um, oh, I just thought of something. What if, let's see. me check something here. That's just a still image of some girl. Some lightning or something. I wonder why that did that. Really? Is that the whole rest of the video? Okay. Ended about 11:47. And making sure that this is okay. So there's not that much to this whole video. Okay. Then fine. We'll return it to tab. We'll I'll do let's do something else instead. In fact, let's do it something completely different here, the way I do this. And let's go to give me a second. So I know it's 11:47 my time when I stopped that video. So we'll see if I get a copyright ping on that. In the meantime, let's go to not that one, but let's go to this one first. And creative graphics playlist. Let's go to the free Creative Commons. Notes are cool, but that's not nothing to do with what I'm doing. What about this one? It might be a little too distracting too, just on the nature of being actually distracting. That might be all right. Okay. Let's put it on loop. Now let's let me do something real quick. Rock. Do a new conversation here. Um, there a way to use Firefox or Brave browsers picture in picture capability, but where it can be put behind Windows, not just on top of everything? See, just give me a quick second here while I yeah, don't enforce always on top automatically. Okay. I'm on Linux, but I can't stream URLs directly in VLC or MPV unless I do some configuration, and it's too much trouble right now as I stream. So with that, is there a way to make a YouTube video play without the right sidebar, i.e. recommended playlists, doesn't involve the PIP Delta D. Um, Built-in theater mode. Theater mode button. This expands video to fill more of the window and pushes the recommended off the screen. Oh, okay. I probably don't. That's right. I forgot about theater mode. So let's go into theater mode here, and that's actually fine. And then here, actually, we'll do that. That is probably just fine. Here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe okay. No, wait a second. Hold on a second. Uh, all the way to the deal. Actually, I just want it big enough. Hold on. Okay, I can't cut that off, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave it. Well, actually, what I was going to do is um, we'll just do it like that, I guess. And that way, here, do something like that, I guess. Here, what's okay? This is not sure why I have a new thing all by itself. All right, we're gonna. I guess I'll leave it like this. Anyways, let's open a window in a new tab. Nah, I can't. Here. Actually, let's do something here. Okay, I'll just leave it, I guess. See, it actually cuts off. It's actually that's weird. Okay. I see something here though. I know I'm wasting time, but something like that. There we go. Maybe I should put it. Actually, maybe what I should do is. Here, let's try something else. Now let's put this over that. F11. Now, if I get an alternate tab, something like that. Okay, that'll be all right. Well, now let's leave that there. Okay, I'm just wasting time now. Pardon me. Excuse me. Okay, thanks. All right. Pardon me for that. let's go ahead and refresh the restream page, and okay. So okay, maybe what I'll do here is let's go ahead and recent. Where is? Oh dang! Where did it go? All right, let's favorites, Genlands. Okay, and design documents. I think that's where. Okay, Werewolf Saga. All right. And we're gonna say this goes in here. Actually, all right. Let me pull up the here. Pardon me. Let's actually pull up the thing. You know the thing. And okay. Here, let's shrink that down. And we'll go ahead and leave that there. And here I will. Yeah, let's make this a little bit bigger though. Okay. Tone of leadership. We're going to select all this text and okay, we're actually going to do that. Okay. Control S. Save room data. Okay, let's open that back up. Let's copy this. Copy. Let's let's go to the saga text. We're going to go ahead and paste just so that I know what's what and where's where and all that stuff. All right, let me think for a moment. Is this going to be a separate? Is that a separate story beat? Or is that like do I need an extra topic or is no, I guess I don't need an extra topic. I probably don't even need this either. But we'll leave it. We'll keep that in here. Wait, let me think here for a second. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and add there we go. Okay. Like that. Cancel. We're going to put that down. All right, let me think for a quick second. Okay, so this is what I was going to do, right? I was going to use the yin yang pattern, for lack of a better term. You know how the yin yang symbol, and I don't care if it's horizontal or vertical, it doesn't really matter. but where the deal is like sort of like this curved teardrop shape, and where the narrow part is up at the top, and then the other one in black, one's white and one's black, and then the other one in black, the narrow part is down at the bottom. Well, that's sort of the configuration. The configuration here, in fact, I can show it to you actually inside the. Let's close that. I can show you the pattern here, right in here. Let's zoom out first. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Here we go. This is actually a good example of the pattern. Okay. Um, well, actually, this is an example of the. Let me think for a second. There's not three on here though. There's only two, and there's a way to do it with the three. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's because the three is underneath it, isn't it? Because of the way I did it. This is slightly different than the pattern that I'm thinking of. Because you're gonna have one, two, and three, and one and two over here is gonna swap one and two, and then two and it's gonna be like one and two and two and one. Hmm. I wonder if I have another example up here somewhere. I'll have to do it by eyeball though, because let's see here. Do I have that pattern? Not even this is not that pattern. This is actually doing two. No, I need to find one with three options and then it doing the thing that I said. See, this is the big 15 pattern here. That's weird. Here, let me check a look at that real quick. Even that's not even that's not the pattern. That's weird. So I don't have an example of the pattern that I'm looking for in here. I probably did at the other deal because it's gonna be three choices. How do I say it? You're gonna be doing. It's essentially short circuiting the 15 uh, page pattern with being able to do all three all the time. So what it's going to be is you're going to have one, two, and three that you can go to, and if you picked up one and two, then the only one you can go to is two and one, and then it reconverges to this other one that is the rest of it, or however you want to say it. And then on the other side is the single one is actually itself going to branch off into the two of the other ones, and then it's gonna swap it. It's easier to do than to explain, I guess. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to think about this for a second. I guess first thing I need to do is I need to make the title pages. And that is there's going to be a total of 3 of them. We already have one, so we only need to make 2 duplicates. So I'm going to manually make those duplicates so that I have their names, and then underneath that, um, then I'll have the actual individual choice ones. Okay, so let's do that first. We're actually going to go and manually do this. So let's go to rooms, and let's go to chapter 16, Totem Leadership. Okay. Title 1. Okay, so we need to copy this twice, so let's copy. Here, let's expand that out. Let's expand this out a little bit. I do kind of see why I don't make it that big, because you obscure too much if it's too big. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. Okay. Now, okay, so let's resize this so you can see the whole title. Let's do a copy. Let's do a paste and another paste. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to rename this one to title 2, and then rename this one to title 3. I think. Okay. And then we're going to look at the pages, and we are going to decide on a name. So, something like a cool bargain. Okay, that's what I'll call it. Um, yeah, cool bargain, cool bargain. Let's see something here. Let's actually call that in here. Let's actually modify. I need to get some sort of plugin or something that allows me to like zoom in easily onto something that I want to show. And I know they're out there, but I gotta find it, and I gotta learn how to use it. Okay, so the totem leadership, we are going to edit this. Uh, let's say a deadly turn. I call it a deadly turn, not call it a deadly term. Deadly turn. Right, right. Okay. A deadly turn. That. Let's change the title. A deadly turn, like that. Here we want to change the door to a deadly turn, like that. Okay. So now this is called a deadly turn. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and save this as it is. In fact, let's go ahead and call let's go ahead and put a deadly turn in here. A deadly turn in here like that. Let's go ahead and save the room data. Now, I need to check and see if it worked right, because sometimes it works right and sometimes it doesn't. A deadly turn. Okay, so it did this right. Let's go into the layout tool data. Let's go down to a deadly turn, which will be 16. A deadly turn. Okay, good. So everything did turn out correct for that. Okay. So now let's go back into rooms, and we are going to rename the other two. Okay. So a deadly turn. I don't know if that's even the right. Let me look at the text again. Back of the castle. In the throne room, Max gets magic miracle. Um, what do I call this one? This is going to be all about Barty's investigation as to what happened to Red. What happened to Little Red Riding Hood? And that's a super long title, and I don't think I want to do that as the title. Okay, so um, a suspicious absence. Okay, a suspicious absence is what I'm going to call it. So let's go back to the file, rename. A suspicious absence. Okay. And then the final one is the confrontation. Max deals with a betrayal. It's not really a betrayal because Violet doesn't think she's betraying Max. She gets a chance to see. She wants Red gone so that she's the only woman in his life, and she thinks she's doing it for him, or really she's doing it for herself. She doesn't think that Max needs to know, and that she could just shrug it off, or she can just blame somebody else, or she could even blame Kurt for that matter. Okay. Dead Reckoning, the Dead Reckoning. A hmm, a tearful end, and Max could cry. No, I won't make him cry. He's still supposed to be the big bad guy, so let me keep him as the big bad guy. A a pitiful end. Pitiful end. Um, see, they get a new leader in the form of Thorn. Um, the price of betrayal. I mean, you could consider it betrayal. Uh, well, maybe I'll call it the price of betrayal. We'll call it that. Rename. Price of betrayal. That. Okay, good. Everything's good. Okay, now I'm going to open all three of these in text. But then here. No, I'm not going to do it that way. Oh, what I am going to do is I'm going to edit the description in the Redot editor, but I'm going to make sure that these reflect the proper yeah. Okay. Oh, and then after yeah, okay. Suspicious absence. And this one's called the price of leadership. The price of leadership versus the price of betrayal. The price of leadership. I the totem of leadership. The price of leadership. Price of leadership. Let's do that. Let's call this the price of leadership. Okay. Let's copy this. I'm actually going to rename that when I'm done. So let's go to the door. I'm going to put that in here. Put that in here. Price of leadership. Oh, wait a second. Oh, why did I do that? 016 P3 P0 hyphen. There we go. All right. Copy to that. Paste. Paste. Door 2. A suspicious absence. So we got a deadly turn. And that's going to be the price of leadership. So Control S. I'm going to call this title A suspicious absence. Hopefully I didn't get spelled that wrong. Control C. Let's go to this. Control P. Go ahead and save it. And then this one is the price of leadership. Okay, and then in here, we'll go ahead and put that in here. And that can be a lowercase o. And we'll put a price of leadership. So, okay. So this goes to this. This one goes to that. And this one needs to be... Here, let's close that. Let's go ahead and rename the price of leadership. Of Lederhosen. The price of Lederhosen. Okay. So that means I should be able to go ahead and reload. Reload save scene. There we go. Let's pop this over here like that. This guy down here. Okay, I screwed up. I screwed up on one of the doors though. Let's check the door here. That is... Oh. No. Nope, nope. Just as long as I don't save anything, let's make sure that's correct. Okay, I need to go into... I need to pull these up again. Okay, so T1, P0 is supposed to be T2, P0, and it's supposed to be T3, P0, so like that. Now, if I close these, and I'm just bored with my own voice now. Scene, reload, save scene. Reload. Okay. So what's the problem here? Let's check the door here. Because that's supposed to be P2. Okay. Like that. Okay, save room data. Reload, save scene. And that works. Okay. Okay. This is going to be like a bridge piece here between okay, so let me check this now. Back at the castle. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and add my new pages. Like, I wonder. Oh, I still got to do the thing. Okay. Let's do the thing then. Let's go ahead and delete these. Let's go in here and delete. We're gonna delete these. Delete that. Okay. And then this one is the price of leadership. Price of leadership is what happens after. That's the aftermath. Okay. S. Save room data. Let's clear this out. Okay. So now we are going to start adding some new pages. And I think, well, I'm not sure if I should do that or not. Or I should just do them. Okay, so if there's a little bit, the layout tool is supposed to fix this, but I'm not getting that till later, and it'd actually be really useful if I had it now, but I don't. So basically, what I want to do is I want to duplicate pages, and so I could do it manually like I just did with those three, but I also have to make sure that I know what door goes to where and all that stuff. So, um, I mean, it probably doesn't matter. Let's see something here. Okay, okay, I'm gonna try to do it the manual way first. Okay, so what it means is I'm gonna take a deadly turn and I'm gonna copy it a certain number of times. So I'm gonna make copy. Then we're going to say 1, 2, and 3. So okay. Wait. Why did it jump? Why did it... Oh, let's see. Okay. Copy. Where's the thing that stops? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, on the first and second, we need 1 and 2. Okay. Then we need one more. On the other side, we have the one already done, and then we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if that's... let me think here. Let me do the one thing here. I will do this. Let's bring up Blender. And I'm going to use Grease Pencil for a short period of time, just because I want to do the layout. I want to check the layout. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and boom, get that. Why is it not? How come it's not? All right. What? Okay, doesn't matter. Next page. So this is how we do it. Okay. So we got a box here like that. Oh. Let's start over. Oh, actually, let's go to edit mode. That's what I thought. Back to draw mode. Let's go to the properties. Where is that at? Default eraser. How did I do that before? Edit mode. Then I went to, what did I do? What? No. Back to draw mode. Go to the eraser. Make sure the eraser is set to point. Okay. Go back to this. Go back. How did I? Dang it! There's a trick to making it to where. What's the trick? I don't remember. What's the trick? Dang it. I even set this up as a default. I even saved the. Maybe I didn't save the default thing. Um, let's go back to here. Settings. Isn't that though? That's on point, and I can use that. But there was a trick. What was the trick? Doggone it! Trick. Let me check Grok. I'm not sure if it was Grok though. Uh, yeah, let's just open it in here. Is it Grok? Opening stubborn pickle jar. What? I got it. Quit doing that crap. Dang it. Why can't I? I don't know why that wasn't working. But I know why that's not working. That's not variable. Stubborn pickles, January, no, bladder, blender grease, pencil fix. Okay. What did I do that? Everything's working, thanks. I was told that in order to cut and paste. No, unfortunately. Move, cut, paste. Ah, dang. What is a trick to this? So the eraser, 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 uh, and I could set the eraser to hard in the pencil eraser settings. But I had to do it in some way for it to take. Like, I had the soft, eraser soft option, although I didn't use that. But the eraser soft option is no longer, is not there now. And so setting it to erase hard doesn't seem to work right. I figured out how to do that the other day, and it worked. Because you're supposed to be able to go into the brush settings here, and then when you go into eraser, default erase, it's going to be that. However, let's see something here. Let's go into edit mode. Edit. Okay, that actually did. Okay. Well, I wonder if it'll tell me, because I think this works now. If I remember right, it was able to erase those other strokes, but for some reason it's not doing it now. Forget their mode settings, especially for the quick. Oh, stupid mouse. Forget their mode settings for the quick stylus eraser flip. Disappearing from the selector and hard suddenly fading. Switch to dedicated eraser tool first. In the top right active tool, you'll see yes, I know that. Set the point, right? Yes. Now switch back. I just did that. If soft reappears now, ignore it. Strength. Yeah, I know. I have the startup file. In fact, I saved it in this, so it should have pulled it up from this. But apparently, let's go back to draw mode. So apparently, if I'm using eraser hard, it should. Here, we're gonna save it. What the heck happened? Why why is the um where is it at? Revert. No, that didn't change the brush size though, did it? File, new. Okay. And then open recent. It's the radius. Now the radius is tiny. And we're gonna go ahead and say 2. Is that about right? we on? Are we actually on the pencil? We are. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. File. New. New 2D animation. Don't save. 0.002 is the way it's got it set at. Wait, what? I don't think that was the. Open recent. Don't save. All right. I'm going to put this at 0.003 then. Oh. Is that too... Actually, that's all right. That's all right. We'll leave it there. The strength. Strength, I want it to be up there a little bit. Okay, I like that. All right. Let's get back to what I was trying to get back to before I was rudely interrupted. Oh yeah, let's make sure let's check. Okay, and then we're gonna go into edit mode. Right. Then we're gonna go back into draw mode. And we're going to go ahead and boom, boom, boom. We'll see if that little line's back in edit mode too. No, it's not. Good, good, good. Okay, let's go back to draw mode. Okay, so this is the configuration here. Okay, all right. So we do this, like that. This little box here. I am pressing a little too hard, but that's all right. Okay, so this is gonna go to 3 boxes. Like that. That represents the 3 choices. So this is going to go to here, this one's going to go to here, and this one's going to go to here. Okay. All right. I guess I don't really need an arrow. It's just the way they're going to do it. Okay. So this is how it works, right? Uh, we have 2 more boxes. That. Now, these are going directly to that. In reality, these are kind of like that. And this is sort of like that. In other words, these are crossed. In other words, this is option 1, this is option 2, this is option 2, this is option 1, like that. Okay? And then we have a single down at the bottom, which happens to be this one here. But here, let me draw it first. Now let me just go ahead and let's make this little kind of dotted line. That. So these are the same, essentially the same pages. They'll have slightly different text because they're in different order, but in all reality, they are the same page. Okay, since I don't do loops and I don't do loopbacks and everything moves forward. Okay, so now this is going to have 2 deals like this. Okay, and like that. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, it's pretty sloppy looking. It's part of it's me. Whoa, part of it's me, and part of it's because I don't really have a good stylus control here. Okay, so if I now that being said, we can just here, I'll do it like this. This. I'm just doing this little dotted line to kind of show you how it works, right? That. Okay, so this one's the same as this one, and this one, we'll just do this little quickie. This one. So these are the two the same, all right? And then we do the same thing down here, like this, and boom, 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 that, and these are kind of like these are the same ones. So in reality, this is all the same thing. It's just inverted on one side and the other, and that way you get all three choices, but you don't have uh, nearly as many boxes, right? If you include the top one, that's going to be 5 and 5. That's 10. That's 11 at the most. So it's not a 15 or 16. It's not a 3 by 3 either. 3 by 3. Anyways, Blender did show me this roguelike game yesterday on this stream, and also made me want to, yeah, yeah. Hey, thanks for watching, Bomb. Um, yeah. So, if you can make sense of this, because it looks like crap, and maybe you can't even see it. I don't know if you can even see it. Let's how do we zoom in? Okay. Oh, darn it! I forget how to pan. I think it's with the shift, isn't it? I can't remember now. Would it be shift? Yes, shift in the middle mouse button. That's right. So just to show you, this is your root node, and this is option 1, option 2, option 3, and this is actually option 2 and option 1, and this is option 3, like that. And then this is kind of the same way, 1 and 2, and 2 and 1. And yes, these are the same ones. It's only because I don't have it to handle loopbacks, you know. You go back to the same deal. Partly because this goes forward, there's no save state mechanism. You go into a room, you turn on the light switch, and then if you loop back to the same page, it'd be just like rereading the same page. Then the light switch would be off again. And in order to keep the light switch on, I have to make another box down below. And so this is the way I'm doing it, to where you can do the choices in any order. Since there's no real game to this phase, I set it up to where several places you do all three options, but you can do them in any order. So, anyways, yeah. There's that. Okay, so I'll kind of zoom out here a little bit. I'll leave it like that, and now I'll actually get back to my thing. So basically, this is how many pages I need. I already have this page, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 10 extra copies, or 10 extra pages. Okay, so let's go back in here and see how many um, Deadly Turn, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I do have 10 of them there. And that's exactly what I want. Okay. Copy, another copy, third copy, fourth copy. That's weird. Okay. Whatever. Anyways, yeah. And then these are actually going to be pages, individual pages, and it almost doesn't matter what order they're in. You know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, something like that. Um, I can put these in, yeah. I'll put these in an order. Okay. So basically what I need to do is I need to go ahead and rename these. Right. And so I'm gonna name these each individual numbers here. So let's go to copy. Let's rename that. I don't care after the prefix, so because we're gonna fix that. P1. Rename this P2. Okay, I guess I should just go up. This was going to be P3. These are all copies. I do copies because I have to, there's a certain amount of fields and stuff that I already want in place, so I don't have to like redo them completely. Okay, and here. Now let's go ahead and where is my looping? Yeah, no dancing girls again today. I mean, I had them on it earlier, but not now. Did I close that? No, I didn't close that. Okay, thanks. It's working correctly. Okay, I don't care what it says after that. Let's just go ahead and pop that back here, and then let's go ahead and go back to the files here. It's going to be 1 through 10, right? So, page 1, page 2, page 3. We're going to go backwards here. Rename this to page 10. Rename this to page 9. Rename to page 8. Rename to 7. Okay. Rename to 6. Rename to 5. Rename to 4. So now we have 11 pages, including the main one, but now we have 10 pages here. Okay. So the next thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and name these, at least in the file name portion of it, and then I'll edit the actual name afterwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and rename this. I guess I'll do like I did the dragon names. I'll just name them after the just a short simple name here. Um, Here we'll call it taking care of graph, like that. I'm gonna rename this to random follower. Random follower of graph. Okay. This one is the rest of graphs. The rest of graphs rest of followers. The rest of all right. I can't really. Well, I'm not sure if I can put an apostrophe, but I don't really want to put an apostrophe. Wrath's plan that. So there's no apostrophe there, even though it's possessive. The rest of Wrath's clan. Okay. So that's it. Okay, so page 4 and 5 is going to be 4 and 5 is going to be the invert. So rename this to a random follower of Wrath. That. This one's going to be rename this to taking care of Wrath. Taking care of business of Wrath. We're going to rename this one 4 and 5. Okay. Then we're going to rename this one the rest of Wrath's clan. The rest Wrath's clan. That. Okay. So now we go back up to the rest of Wrath's clan, and now we're going to go back to taking care of Wrath. Rename taking care of Wrath. Care of Wrath. Now let's actually copy this. Okay. Rename no. And taking care of Wrath, and then a random follower. And this one is a random follower, and this one's taking care of Wrath. So let's rename that like so. And let's go into, whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Rename. I'm not actually renaming, I'm just copying the thing over. We'll see, like that. And let's rename okay. And let's also rename this one same way. Why do I have P? Oh no, I see P10. Okay, that's right. That's right. Okay. All right. So P7 and P8, P7 and P8 taking care of his Wrath's clan. P9 is the rest of Wrath's clan, and then taking care of Wrath, so that they are like that. Okay, good. So it looks like everything's good, and it looks like my time is up, and I got to take my break here real soon. Yeah. Okay. Let's before I go, before I go for my break, I am going to go ahead and reload these in. Um, they're that's right. Okay. So they're gonna kind of be all over the place here. Um, reload save scene. If you notice, I have a bunch of stuff in here. Okay. All right. Let's bring this way down here, kind of on purpose. Wait, Why? Why did it? Oh, I see. Okay. Uh, I'll forget about that. I'll actually fix those when we come back. In fact, I'll have to manually fix those here. So, um, we're gonna go ahead and this one. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and open this in the text editor. I'm gonna leave it there, like so. And thank you for watching part 2. And I'll see you in an hour where we'll finish up this part at least. I might not get done with chapter 16. I was hoping that I would, and it just doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to do that unless I can find a way maybe tonight to do a bonus stream where I actually have some extra time to finish up. So we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching part 1, and I will see you in an hour.